4 kids and a full sports schedule, a work schedule. I would say it's probably a 7 out of 10 on the busyness scale.
Only gonna get busier?
Busy enough to where now we've had to go to a daily calendar. A regular monthly calendar doesn't work because there's not enough space in it. Based on the week or the day, some things need to take a priority. We don't necessarily get dedicated time every day to spend, reading the Bible as much as we'd like to, or maybe just time for reflection, and so we have to take what we can get, stay as focused as we can, while juggling everything that the world is asking us to do.
And we'll often bounce our devotionals off of one another and just kind of, here's what I read today, here's what my devotional was, what do you think about this, or here's what I think about it, and we do the best we can. As most of our church family knows, Brian works as a firefighter out in California, and we're often asked if he goes on the brush fire calls, and he doesn't normally, but about 2 weeks ago he got called out, and I didn't know that. I had tried to call him and he hadn't answered, and that was pretty normal. And when I hung up, I had a text that said, got called out to the brush fires, don't worry, I'll be okay. And so right that instant, panic set in, and as humans that's pretty normal, but I knew in that moment I had a choice, and it's in those times that I get those feelings of just that I'm not as close to God as I should be, and in that particular moment that I knew Satan could very, very much win quickly, that I didn't text anyone, I didn't call anyone, I went straight to his word, and I just read his promises and knew that it was going to be okay. And so when we both, feel those times of where we can feel we're far away or, just distant from God, that I know I grab my Bible and know that is his promise and his word and where I can go, and something that I always have.
I don't know if exercise necessarily is something that can help us to be godly men and women. We happen to have found something that we really enjoy doing, and we kind of use it as a kind of like an outreach, be able to witness to people that you wouldn't normally get a chance to because it's a very different atmosphere. And staying a little bit dedicated to something and practicing at it, figure out what it's going to take, where your failures are, and that very much translates into your Christian life, because you really have to identify where you feel you're weakest, or where you feel not connected to God, and figure out what it is that you need to do, who you need to go to for the right answers, or maybe where you need to look in the Bible to find those kinds of things.